Acts chapter 9, verse 32 through 35. And it came to pass, as Kepha passed throughout all quarters, he came down also to the Kodashim, which dwelt at Lod. And there he found a certain man named Aynayac, which had kept his bed 8 years and was sick of the palsy. And Kepha said unto him, Aynayac, Yahusha HaMashiach makes you whole. Arise and make your bed. And he arose immediately. And all that dwelt at Lod and Sharon saw him and turned to Adonai. You have to take your faith seriously. You never know who you will influence. Don't ever think that you're a nobody. Don't ever think that what you do don't matter. Don't ever think your life has no meaning. If you're on earth, YAHUAH has a purpose for your life. You should be a living testimony. This man was in his bed for 8 years. Because he took his faith seriously, and in verse 35 it says, and all that dwelt at Lod and Sharon saw him and turned to Adonai. It says all that dwelt in Lod and Sharon saw him, saw what he did, saw the miracle that was performed through him, saw the faith that he used to get up out his bed after 8 years, and that caused it says all that dwelt there, it caused all of them to turn to Adonai, to turn to Yahusha HaMashiach. If he didn't believe, he could have just kept laying in bed like, man, I've been here for 8 years, ain't nothing gonna work. He could have gave up. He didn't have to have faith. He could have just gave up and been a non-believer and just kept laying in bed. Because after 8 years, you're used to that. Like he's well used to that by now. After 8 years, he had to have faith that Yahusha made him whole. See, faith is believing that it's done. You got to believe already. It's backwards from what the world teaches. Faith is not what the world teaches. The world, you got to see stuff first and then you believe it. So you have to know. Faith is a knowing. You have to know that it's done. So verse 34, and Kepha said unto him, Aynayac, Yahusha HaMashiach makes you whole. Arise and make your bed. So he had faith. It says, and he arose immediately. He didn't question it. He didn't say, man, that ain't going to work. He wasn't double-minded. He wasn't skeptical. You have to believe. Yeah, we have all things through Yahusha HaMashiach. You have to believe. You have to have unwavering faith like he did. When you live your life in faith, you're going to influence other people that YAHUAH gave you to influence. And you never know who that is. You never know who's watching you. But you never know all the people that are destined to be influenced by your faith. So don't ever think that your life don't matter. Don't ever think that you're not important. Don't ever think that you're not supposed to be doing something good for the kingdom. I'm pretty sure Aynayac never thought that he would influence all the people in his cities in Lod and Sharon. I'm pretty sure the people in Lod and Sharon didn't think that they would be influenced by him. They probably never even thought about him. He was just laying in his bed for 8 years, sick of the palsy. And multiple times and throughout the Bible, throughout the scriptures, YAHUAH uses somebody who everybody's not looking to. He uses the people of a low status all throughout the scriptures to do great works. Joseph, he was the youngest of his brother. They didn't like him. He was a cast out. He was the black sheep. But look, he got raised to the highest status. David, he was the black sheep of his family. They didn't think that he was going to be the king. When they came to look for the next king, they was looking at all his brothers first. They didn't even consider him. Yahusha, when he went back to the city, they were like, don't we know you? You can't. He couldn't do that many miracles in his own village just because they were like, we know you. You from down the street. We know your family. Aren't you the carpenter's son? They weren't looking at him like he was going to be who he was, Yahusha HaMashiach. Paul, he was getting people of the way bound. He was getting them killed. He was getting them put in jail. They didn't think he was going to be somebody that was going to be a great servant to the kingdom. All throughout the Bible, YAHUAH has his people, or the people that nobody is really expecting.